I'm going to go ahead and show you how to format your homework for all of your assignments in either the Trans 1 or Trans 2 math class. So you might get a lesson that looks like this, and for it, when you come to class, I'll print it out for you so that you could take it with you either to the math lab or take it home if you're not going to the math lab. Anyway, you'll get something like this, and in this case we have this assignment is on order of operations, and you can see there's 16 problems, and notice there's a lot of space here. Well, I don't want you to write on this paper. This is just formatted this way in that there is a lot of space here, but I do not want you to do your work on this worksheet. So this is really just for you to look at the problems, read the directions, and then I want you to get out a clean sheet of paper. And first off, I want you to write your name on the top. Top left is good, but if you do top right, that's fine. So we'll go your name, and I'll write my name. So Tricia. And notice I'm writing in pencil. So it's probably really hard for you to see in pencil. I'll zoom in there. So Tricia McIntosh, that's my name. Now, this assignment is assignment 9. And so I want you to write that on there. And if you don't want to write the word assignment, you could write homework or HW number 9. That would be fine. And then I want you to write down the date, okay? So you're going to write down the date. And I'm just writing the word date here, but you can go ahead and write down the date that you get the assignment. Okay, now we've got the problems on this worksheet. What I want you to do is write out each problem. So for instance, number 1 is the quantity of 3 plus 4 times 12. So I'm going to go ahead and write that on my paper, 1. And I'm using a parentheses symbol. You could use a dot or you could circle it. Somehow make your number of the problem separate from the actual problem, and that will be helpful. Also, notice I am not writing super small. I know some students do like to write small, but it's hard to read your work, and especially if you're correcting or if someone else is correcting, that might be hard on either yourself or someone who is doing the correcting, who maybe has a hard time seeing small things. So anyway, what I've done is I've written down number 1. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to do the work below it. You could certainly do the work to the right of it, that's fine. Notice I'm not going to do the work down here. It's going to be in a relative space of the problem that's given. And so I'll go ahead and do this problem. I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses first. 3 plus 4 is 7 times 12, and then 7 times 12, well, I know that's 84. Okay, now with my answer and with your answers, I'd like you to somehow indicate that that's your answer by either putting a box around it or a circle. Or some students like to highlight their answer, and that would be fine too. But the key is we want to be able to see the answer fairly quickly. The other thing that's important that I hope you noticed is that I showed the process of my thinking when I did this problem. Instead of just writing the problem and then writing the answer, I don't know how you would arrive to that answer if you don't show this intermediate process here. So, that's one problem. Now the second problem, I'll go ahead and write the second one. So now we've got 3 plus 4 times 12. Notice we've got the same numbers, but we don't have the grouping symbols, and that is going to affect how we're going to do the problem. So now I could easily put the number here, number 2 here. I could go like this. 3 plus 4 times 12. Or if I wanted, I could maybe skip a line and then go down here. So I'm just showing you how you could write it out. And Notice that it's neat. You can see the numbers clearly. It's organized. It's not kind of all over the place. Sometimes, I know you probably think this is hilarious, but sometimes I've seen work that was, turned. If someone ran out of room, they turned their paper to use maybe the margin over here, which is not very neat when you're looking at the whole thing. It can really be quite confusing, actually. So my recommendation is try to be as neat and organized as you can, and if maybe your partner can make sense of it, then you can feel pretty good that I can make sense of it as well. Anyway, I'm not going to do these problems. I just wanted to show you how I would like you to format your work. Mainly, don't forget the heading, the assignment number, the date, and then write out the problem. Show your work, your process of thinking, and then circle your answer. If you have any questions about formatting, please let me know in class.